Welcome, guys. Welcome to the channel. I'm at the cemetery. This cemetery is awesome. I forgot my GoPro, so I'm having to hold it by hand. So it's going to be a little shaky. It's going to be a little close. It's going to be a little hard to read. But yeah, here we are. I've been here at the cemetery looking around, fixing a few headstones. Fell over one. This is David Miller's headstone. It's had a cool looking one. And Susan, the wife of David Miller. Look at that one, guys. That's awesome. And the Millers don't have a date on them when they died, but look at that. It's a pretty stone. That is a beautiful stone. I've been looking at different ones here. I ain't going to go through all of them because I never have time to read them all to you. You'd all get bored and leave me before then. But look at this cool one, too. This belongs to Sarah W. And she died July the 18th, 1857. She was, looks like 42 years or 47 years on that one. Ain't that a beautiful stone? Then you got these big ones like this one. And this is the wife of James Horton or Horton or something like that. Anyways, he died January the 8th, 1892. He was 64 years, 1 month, and 9 days. Then they have him over here, James. He died November the 30th. No, he was born November the 30th, 1817 to September the 4th, 1907. He was 90. Made it to 90 years. And you got the big ones like this. It belongs to E. and E. Williams. Died October the 19th, 1856. And it says, it looks like 112 years, but I don't think that's right. 10 months and 35 days, or 5 days. But anyways, on that one, we'll move on. Then you got this cool looking one right here, guys. Is that not cool? And they died September the 21st, 1835. She was only 24 years and 1 day on that one. That's an awesome looking stone right there. I don't care who you are, that's a good looking stone. And then you got them buried right to the edge. I mean, this is right off the hill. The hill starts like right here. And they buried them out off the edge. It kind of belonged to these people right here. John Wharton, November the 10th, 1825 to January the 9th, 1899. His wife, Mary, April the 2nd, 1832 to November the 14th, 1903. And then this is his other wife, Amelia. And she died, or she was born May the 10th, 1854 and died December 25th, 1882. He's got his both wives on there, and they're all buried in this little area off over the bank. So, yeah. Then you got cool looking stones like this one. And this belonged to Andrew Burns or something like Burns. And he died May the 12th, 1857. He was 77 years. Sarah, his wife, she died April the 25th, that's something. 1851. She was only 73 years, 5 months, and 12 days on her. But yeah, there's some cool looking stones in this cemetery. And then this one here, this is maybe Barton or something like Barton. Looks like they died May the 8th. I want to say 1873 on this one. And they were, looks like 31 years, 7 months, and maybe 1 day on that one. Then you got some cool old looking stones. If you like the brown looker ones, I like these type right here. And this is Fancy. She's the wife of George, and she died February the 2nd, 1841. She was 69 years and 8 days on that one. I fixed 4 while I was out here. It was leaning way over because they're just down in dirt. Very few of them are concreted here, it seems like. But yeah, well, I ain't going to read them all. I'm just going to check them some out with you. Like here's Amberson, the son of J and E and S Cottage or Cotner. June the 21st, 1888, at the age of 11 years, 8 months, and looked like 1 day. And Seth, their son, died October the 7th, 1861, at the age of 3 years, 8 months, and 24 days on that side. And mom and dad, I guess, is going to be over here. It's going to be James. And looks like he died April the 11th, 1874. He was 53 years, 9 months, and 1 day. And his wife died August 8th, 1882, at 61 years and 3 months on that one. But over here, I'm going to show you where I was at, and I fixed them. There's some cool looking ones in here. Ones I've not seen. I don't know why I ain't never made it to this cemetery. And what's crazy about it is, on over across the hill, this is a hill, steps down and goes back up. There's another cemetery over there that I didn't even know was here. And I mean, it just shocked me to see these two. This is a neat one. You can't read who it belongs to anymore because it used to be right in here. But ain't that cool? That's a cool stone right there. Then the four I fixed was just leaning over. They're down in dirt. But I fixed them two. And I fixed these two. Just in about 10 minutes time while I was here. I stood them back up and packed them real good. Put about 400 pounds. No, just kidding. About 300 pounds of pressure up around the about bottom of them, pushing with my feet. And I fixed these. And this one here I was reading. This is Nancy Hostin. And she's the daughter of Joseph and Polly Hostin. And she died February 11th, 1825. And she was only 10 or 40 years old in 6 months. I think it's 10 years old. And that's the reason why they have her listed on there like that. But you guys take it however you want to. But the reason why I read that one is that's the same birthday as my daughter, February 11th. So I seen that on there and had to record that one. And then this is Polly. That's the mother of that one next to it. And she died in 1827. So a few years after her daughter died, she died. But I thought that was neat and wanted to get it stood up there. But yeah. And then over here in the corner, they went the whole way to the end of the cemetery and buried too. Like way over here in the corner. And these people were pretty much almost off over the hill over here. But this was going to be Hannah. She's the wife of Jacob Ward. She died July the 16th, 1882. She's only 56 years and 4 months. Then you have Jacob Ward. He died March 31st, 1892. He was 65 years, 10 months, and 19 days on him. Right there. But yeah, there's some neat stones in this one. That one I just showed you is a 200-year-old stone. She died in 23. I mean, there's some old ones in this cemetery. And I can't believe I ain't never done this cemetery. But wow, it shocked me. But anyways, I fixed a couple. I just been wandering through and reading different ones since I got here. I like the neat looking ones like these right here. I think these type are cool. This one we're not going to be able to read because it's deteriorated too bad. But at one time, it was probably a beautiful stone. And then these right here, they get covered up by these flowers. And you can't see this, how nice that stone is. That one died in 1859. And it's going to be a Mary. But yeah, that's a good looking stone right there. Then you got these right here. These are cool. This one died in 1834. This is James Hall. He died in 1834. Then you got George Hall. He died in 1833. He was 71 years, 5 months, and 10 days. Died November the 16th. I enjoy reading the stones because you learn a lot about the people. You know, you can picture who they were, like how big their family was by the people that you read on the stone. It's fascinating to me. A lot of people may not find it that way, but I do. Like, there's another cool one. This one died in 1830, December the 31st. And it's going to be a Sarah. And she's the wife of, I'm not sure, I want to say Montgomery, but I'm not sure. Montgomery, maybe? Anyways, there it is. That's a neat looking one. And then we have these typed like this. This is Poston Richard. He died December 25th, 1895. He was 85 years old. Julia's wife, she died March 3rd, 1848. She was only 33 years old. Then over here, you got Nancy. She died September the 10th, 1841 at 2 months and 13 days. They had an infant son die at October the 20th, 1842. And that's their children that died. So I pictured two, a man and a wife and the loss of two children. And you got Suzanne Hedges. She's the wife of Richard. And she died January the 14th, 1865. She's only 42 years, 9 months and 13 days. On that one right there. And you have, let's see who this is. So you got some under the trees. This would be a good cemetery to not have to kill yourself, to come in at and kind of help out and kind of help fix the stones back. So I may get a hold of somebody here and see like the ones that are leaning, if I can come over and help them one day, maybe, or not even help them, just do it on my own. Come out here and fix a few more and bring a shovel and whatever I may need to do a couple more. I mean, I don't care a bit to get in and help out. I'd rather see them fixed as tore all to pieces. Then we have metal ones like this one. And this is John Crabs or something like that. Anyways, he died January the 8th, 1881. He was 85 years and 6 months. Then you have Polly over here. And she's the wife of John. And she died December the 31st, 1878. She was 81 years, 6 months, and 8 days. Then that's just what I hate, when you see them thrown up against another stone. That one says that they died January the 1816 is what I'm reading, at the age of 1 year on that one. But I wouldn't swear to it, but I wouldn't doubt it either, because I just found a 200-year-old stone here. See, so you don't never know. You get in and look them out. But yeah, we're just wandering through it and looking at different ones. I don't know if anybody's in or not. This is crazy. Look at that, just throwing on top of one. No, you don't do that. No, man. Come on now. I'd rather be down there than on top of it. That's just nuts. Then you got ones like this, it's just flipped over. Just need to be stood back up. Hey, a bird lost its egg. Hey, there's a bird egg. Something grabbed the bird egg and lost it down here. Well, there's a little bird egg making to be able to make it. Well, I'm going to have to, if I could grab that one and put it back up, or I'll try. Believe it or not, they don't look like they'd be that heavy, but you'd be surprised how heavy them are. That's about probably a good, I don't know, probably at least 100 pounds or more. But then you got big ones like this, and this is V&M hosting. Died December the 13th, 1854. He was 14 years on this one. I mean, it's what, I don't like to see the kids, especially don't like to see them broken on the ground and everything else. It's sad enough that a kid passed, but I mean, I don't know. Anyways, then you got I'm going to say this probably was going to be Dad. This is William hosting. He died December the 13th, 1854 at 74 years, 11 months, 21 days. Mary, his wife, died August 15th, 1853 at 73 years on there. And then you have Jonathan. He died July the 2nd, 1887 at 77 years, 7 months, and 11 days. Then you have Sarah. She's the wife of William, and she died November the 7th, 1898 at 77 years, 11 months, and 29 days. And that's all that's on that big old stone right there, but that's a nice stone. Then we have, I'm going to take you over to show you this big metal one. I'm just passing through, just doing a little live. I was trying to figure out that other phone, but I think I'm gonna have to just get a new phone and replace that one. As many videos as I've made, it's probably wore out. Both of them are probably pretty much. Look at this big old one, guys. Is that not a good looking stone? That thing's a monster. That's gonna belong to the Stevensons. John M. Stevenson. He was born April the 6th, 1852. And he died April the 29th, 1878. And Catherine Stevenson, born March the 9th, 1854. And she died November the 9th, 1871. Neither one of them made it too long, did they? But what a stone. Look at that. That is a monster. Then you have William F. Stevenson, born March the 19th, 1844, and died April the 10th, 1867. Let's see if anybody else is there. Yeah, another father and mother. Then you got William A. Stevenson, born May the 18th, 1808, and died July the 8th, 1864. Then I'm not sure what her date is. Anyways, born December the 20th, 1813, and died September the 23rd, 1883. They're all on that big stone up there. That is a big stone. Wow. Neat looking too. And then I have infant graves that I run across. It's like these are children. They're usually infant or children graves. These stones right here. We're not going to be able to read it, of course. But it's going to be looks like for a Maggie, I believe, on that one. But it looks like they might have died in 18. It looks like either 73 or something like that. But yeah, it's sad to see the children graves. You see a lot of them out here. I'd hate to been going through that time period and going through all that. Then you got the ones like this. Was it Bettenberg or something like that? You got Ada or something like that. July the 7th, 1872 to January 25th, 1896. Julia, June 18th, 1856 to September 23rd, 1861. That's the daughters of B and E, C and E Battenberg, and they're over here next to them. That'd be Vincent, 1826 to 1917, and Catherine, his wife, 1833 to 1925 on that one. And them were both good-looking stones up there. But this is a beautiful cemetery. See how nice it is, guys? Got a big, beautiful Methodist church, an old Methodist church. But yeah, this is where we're at tonight, hanging out. Checking it out, guys. But I'm going to take you through a few more stones, and that's all I'm going to do is reading a couple of stones and just checking it out. I've never been to this one. I didn't even know it was here. Just happened to hit it by mistake. And these are usually infant gravestones here too. If you see them out in the cemetery, all like that. It's either an infant or a child. Same with these right here. Type just like this. You see a lot of them out in the cemeteries. You can almost tell if they're a children's stone or not by the size of the stone. Like, or if they have a lamb on them. You know. Right here's one that, of course, the lamb head's missing because it's been out here for so many years. You got to look, some of these stones have been out here for 200 years already. That's a long time. I mean, it is crazy. This one's got a few broken ones. Not really that bad in being in a cemetery. I mean, I know sometimes they do break after a time. They just snap, especially here in Ohio, because of the freezing and the thawing of ice and stuff. But most of them like this, they're just putting them right back in the ground and packing dirt around them. Like I said, I fixed 4 in about 10 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't care a bit to come out here and fix some of them and put them back in the ground. I fixed one that was leaning over and falling forward. And you would think people mowing would do that, so they wouldn't have to worry about hitting them with the mower. But some people don't care. They just worry about cutting the grass and going on. They ain't worried about who that is. I mean, they're like, it's been so many years, who cares, This is not a cemetery I don't think people visit every day. In fact, I don't see any kind of flowers, any kind of like celebration of life thing you see going on where you bring a little thing of flowers or balloons or nothing. Don't look like nothing's been put on this cemetery in years. You know, it almost makes me want to go buy flags for $1 down at the Dollar Tree and just come back and go to every grave and put a flag or a flower or something. Kids' graves, leave some kind of toy or something just to liven it up because it's just, there's nothing here. Even the veterans' graves that I've seen, they don't have any flags or nothing. Nothing here in this cemetery. I mean, you know, decorate it up, bring a little bit to life too. Anyways, I mean, come on. Just because these people are gone don't mean you forget them. I don't. I mean, but I guess people do things different ways. Anyways, this is Israel Whitford, born October the 9th, 1818, and died March the 11th, 1905. What is it, Matilda or something like that? Anyways, his wife, July the 29th, 1854 is when she died, and she was only 35 years, 9 months, and 6 days. Wow. Hard to believe people died that young. You think of 35 years, that's more or less a baby when you're getting older. I mean, you just think, well, that's still young. There's a good looking one right up here almost to the church. And they buried almost right up to the church door. We're pretty close to the church door here. It's a nice old church. And here's Christian Ward, born August the 30th, 1818, and died April the 25th, 1886. And over here on the other side would be his wife. And that's going to be Anne. And Anne was born April the 13th, 1818, and she died November the 3rd, 1892. On that stone right there. That's a good looking one right there. Then you have ones like this. And I'm not sure on that name. It's a war. But anyway, she died in 1862, and she was only 22 years, 10 months, and looks like 16 days. I like to walk through and read every one of them, but I won't do it this evening. And I can't tell on this one. It's going to be a child stone, more or less. This one ain't, but most of the time these are child stones. This one here they use for a veteran. But see right there, he's got a plaque, but he got no flag. And the holiday just came, and nobody visited this cemetery. And I'd like to see these, if they're in there, I'd like to see them straightened up and fixed to where it's at least standing up straight. But he served in the Civil War. I don't know who it is, but they served in the war. Then we got Andrew Nelson on this one, born December the 11th, 1814, and died May the 22nd, 1890. And then on the other side, if there's anybody, if he's married, and he was, Rachel. She was born July the 3rd, 1821, and died August 21st, 1896. And this says, our father and mother, our loss we are deeply feel, but this God that has treat us can all our sorrow heal. So that's what that says. But anyways, we'll move on. Look at a couple more. Da, 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 da. I don't even know if anybody's in here. Is anybody in here? Yeah, there's 2 in here at the moment. I guess that's better than none, ain't it? I always say one's better than none. This is John France. He died August 25th, 1871. He was only 57 years, 10 months, and 12 days. Then Matilda, his wife, she died March the 3rd, 1898. She made it to 87 years, 9 months, and 12 days. And then I got to fix this thing too. It's staying over it. If I can. They bent these so bad when they mow. Look how they bend these things. I mean, how do you mow that you completely tear it up? You'd think they'd tear up their mower. But he's back up straight now. Looks a lot better. I mean, just little minor things like that you can do in a cemetery helps a lot. I think so. But I was showing this one. I don't know if anybody was in here when I showed this one or not. Is this not a pretty stone right here? Look at that one, guys. That one there is awesome. That's a good looking one right there. And the only thing is they didn't put no dates or names, I don't think. Backside, I think, does have their names, but that's all it has. See, right here's the backside of it. But it didn't put their dates. Unless they were down there, and when they fixed the stone, because it has been broken, they covered it up when they fixed it. And I thought that was a cool looking stone right there. And then like this one right here. That one right there, I think is awesome. Can't hardly read it anymore. But they died November the 28th, looks like 59. I can't hardly make out the name, but that's me because I'm half blind, but it was a 19-year-old. This was a kid's grave, pretty much. You might as well say a kid. Then right here, this one died May 2nd, 1862. 16-year-old on that one. Then you got this one here was a 25-year-old. This was Roger. Harkin. On this one, he died in 1863. March the, I want to say the 6th on him, on that one. Then you got Nancy back here behind. It's the same kind of stone, but she died in August the 15th, 1830 on her age. It looks like 35 years or 5 years? I don't know. I'm not sure on that one, to be honest. I see a 3 and I see a 5, but I don't know if they're together enough to call it that or not. But then you got ones like this. This is father and mother, and I think most times they're usually on the ends. Yeah. Let's see, it wears away on the end. They died in 1870 something, I think. They were 38 or 98. I can't really make that out. And then, you know, just different types of stones. And here's one. They died. Here's Elizabeth. She's the wife of James Earl or something like that. Died in 1842 on this one. Looks like the age of 17 years is what I'm reading in 7 months. I don't know. Here's what I was going to show you about how they bend them. Look how they bend them. You'd think that would tear your mower up. People that mow grass would be like, yeah, hit them blades on that and that does your blade deck and all right there. But then we got Sarah on this kind of stone. Right here. Miss Sarah died April the, looks like 2nd, 1865. She was 63 years, 3 months, and 9 days on her. Then over here, you got Thomas, and their last name was Cantwell. And he died March 20th, 1867 at the age of 63 years, 5 months, and 16 days. But let's see if we got anybody in here without me messing it up here. I did wear glasses today so I can see a little better. So it looks like we have, what, Penelope? I seen you. I gotta wait till it comes back on, guys. It went out for a moment. They got Bluegrass, I think, is in here. Is that you, Bluegrass? This thing goes in and out when you're trying to read the messages. I don't know how you do that where you don't have that. Oh, it's Penny that's in here too. Hi, Penny. And we got Jason. How you doing, Jason? Ghost Hunter. Let's see who else. We do have Bluegrass Paranormal. How you doing, Bluegrass Paranormal? How's Kentucky today? Is it hot like Ohio? It's so hot here, I'm sweating like crazy. Hi, Penny. How are you? Let's see if I can read any of the messages. But yeah, they buried up here way to the end, guys. Look at this. I mean, look, they're right at the hill dropping off. Is that not insane? You'd think the stones would fall off over the hill. This is a beautiful cemetery. That's one of the best ones I've looked at. You guys get a chance tomorrow? I posted in the morning. It's called, I think it's, no, it's not tomorrow, it's Thursday. Watch the Jones Cemetery. That is the worst one I've been to yet. It is on a guy's farm, and this thing is horrible. It's the worst cemetery I think I've ever seen. Stones busted, they're under the dirt. A lot of them's kid stones. I mean, it's just terrible. But I'm gonna try to post that one Thursday. I don't know. Depends. One tomorrow's not too bad, I don't think. But yeah, I'm just trying to get out and show everybody the kind of cemeteries I go to. Like I was saying, this one stone, if you wasn't in here earlier, the one stone I fixed over here is a 200-year-old stone. I fixed it by standing it back up and putting some dirt back up, because a lot of these are just in the ground by dirt. They're not concreted. So I was trying to fix a few of them while I was here. I fixed 4 already. Look at this one. I've never seen a perfectly round one. I don't know if something else is supposed to be on the top of it or what. But ain't that kind of different? I ain't seen any like that one. It ain't going nowhere because it's on a heck of a base, that's for sure. But, I mean, this is a good-looking cemetery, though. One of the better ones I've been to, guys. It does need a little work on stones. I will admit that, but I don't see them broken like they were at the other ones I've been to. They're leaning. A lot of them leaning. But, you know, after, 200 years around, they're going to settle and lean, some of them. I understand that, and I understand some will break. But when you go to these ones and they're broke all to pieces, like the one that I'm talking about, the Jones one, the guy farms next to it, and it kind of looks in a way like that some of them might have got ran over by equipment while you're trying to go in to plow your fields and stuff. But I don't know. You guys be the judge on that one if you watch it. I'm not going to say, because I don't want to accuse anybody of anything that ain't true. I would never do that. And I don't like to say, well, this looks like there's graves here and there's not. Usually if I tell you that, I see dips in the ground, and I can almost count you assure that there's graves there and the stones are missing. Here, I don't think there's any of that going on, because you can see how close these people are buried together, and there ain't no space for any missing stones, to be honest with you. I mean, you can look across the cemetery here with me and see how tight it's packed. I mean, they packed them in this one. But anyways, guys, I ain't gonna keep you all too long. I just want to come out, read a few stones, share this old cemetery with you. I don't know. I'd like to get it all on recording, because I've not recorded this one, but there'll probably be a video on it within the next week. But there is a cemetery, believe it or not. Like I was saying, it's down this dip, and right up the other hill is another cemetery right beside this one. And when I started this, I'd have never dreamed there was this many cemeteries. I started home the other day, I done 3. And on my way home from doing 3, I found 3 more that I didn't even have on my list. And I got like 150 right now on a list to still do. And that's just to get me out of Northeast Ohio. But anyways, let's see. Has anybody else came in? I hate to miss anybody. I try to holler at everybody, and I try to answer every message. And if you ever message me and I miss it, it's not intentionally, because I do try to answer everybody that messages me one way or another. I don't even care if it's a troll. I'll tell them don't clown on the channel, and I'll tell them to move on. But I try to answer everybody. And is that? I almost thought I seen Fluff in here. Are you in here, Fluff? But yeah, guys, I appreciate you coming in, watching. I'm going to end this thing, though, because I've been on here for 30-some minutes or almost 40 minutes. It's hot out here today. So I ain't going to record this one tonight. It's too hot. I did want to show you these cool-looking stones. I don't know if I showed you these. This one has some cool stones in it. Look at these old stones. And I'm taking these 2 are brothers. James Hall, he died July the 10th, 1834 at 32 years. I don't know the months, but it's 6 days. But right here next to him is George Hall, and he died in 1833. I'm thinking them 2 were brothers, because they got the same kind of stone, and they're right beside each other. There was another one right there. Might have been a third brother, but I don't see it anywhere. It's missing. that is, I think the only one I've seen that ain't got the stone in it here since I've been here. But yeah, I think these two was brothers, and it's sad. At least they got buried beside each other, but and them stones are in pretty good shape. You can still read them pretty good. That surprises me because what, about 10 more years, those will be 200 years old. 10 more years, 200. These will be 200-year-old. I'd like to see them preserve some of these 200-year-old stones before they're all gone and broke. But it's like people don't care, a lot anymore about stuff like. Some do and some don't. Some find it creepy, and I understand. Hey, if you don't like cemeteries, that's fine. There's a lot of people that likes to get out and walk cemeteries. I do. I enjoy it. It's peaceful. This one here is a calm, peaceful cemetery. Unlike the one I went to the other day and felt like something was following me or watching me the whole time. I don't know what was up with that one, but we'll be going back there to do a little bit of an investigation on that one because that was kind of a weird feeling at that one. Most time it's peaceful and calm for me, and I don't usually have any problems. But you see, guys, what I was talking about, no flowers or nothing. Look here, not a flag, not a flower, nothing in this cemetery. I mean, it's like it died 200 years ago when the people died, and it's sad. But I may try to come up with a way to put some flowers out and some flags and stuff for the veterans and do something, because it's just, I hate coming in and seeing them like this right here. That, there's been no newer graves. Nobody's visited in who knows when. I like to never got the gate open the gate open over there to come in. It's been so long. It's kind of like they were trying to keep me out. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this, and I appreciate everybody that came in. I just wanted to show you a few of the old stones in this cemetery because I thought it was neat. I happened to see it yesterday evening on my way home. I didn't really get out and investigate and look at nothing yesterday. I wanted to wait till I had you guys live with me before I got out to check it out because, I don't have anybody that goes with me on adventures. I always go by myself. My son worries about me doing it, but, I'm like, something's going to happen. It happened at home just as well as it is if I'm out running around doing this. So he worries about me falling asleep driving, which I do. They do that occasionally, but I'm trying to work on that part of it. But see, you got these old type stones too in here. This one died in 1830. It's a Sarah. I enjoy looking at those stones like that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you all go. Everybody have a wonderful evening or day, which depends on where you're at. Appreciate you coming in, looking at the cemetery with me. And yeah, I'll record this one probably next week sometime. And I'll put it up where y'all can see. And I'll mention that it was the live that we done, and everybody will be able to say, that's the one we checked out. So, but anyways, I appreciate y'all, and yeah, thanks for coming in, man. Peace. I'm out of here.